Okay, another Saturday, another box of CDs for me to open and have a look at. I haven't opened these in years, most likely. They've been sitting up there gathering dust. But let's see what I can remember about the CDs in here. Right, I've got a few promos stuffed in the front here. So let's go through those first. These are promos I got sent for like when I was DJing, or mainly for my fanzine, Kentucky Fried Afterbirth fanzine that I did for a few years. Visceral Bleeding, Remnants of Deprivation. They're obviously a hair metal band. No, that's some death metal there, I would guess. Ill Disposed, more death metal, not one of their classic albums. Dutch guys, pretty cool most of the time. Lividity, of course, still going strong, still being sick. This is Till Only the Sick Remain in this release. I think they've got a tour coming up in the UK next year, actually. Yeah, the sort of titles of their songs, not really to be repeated in polite company. This is a compilation, I believe. Or is this the one where there's two bands? Yeah, no, this is the one where there's two bands. Anata and Beth Saida. Season of Mist are a cool label. They're some avant-garde kind of heavy metal. And they did a thing called War, a series called War. Would have two bands. They play two of their own songs, one cover, plus one cover of the other band's song. So yeah, it's an interesting little concept. So they do one, you know, so there's an example here. Anata do a Morbid Angel cover, then they cover one of Beth Saida's songs, and Beth Saida, they do a cover of a Swedish traditional song, and then they cover an Anata song. So it's a really cool concept. So you've got a death metal band in Anata. I think Beth Saida were kind of like a gothic-y black doom kind of band. I'm just going from memory, I could be wrong. But yeah, I like that concept. It's only one of those concept CDs I had, but I think that was a pretty good idea actually. And then we have Giesa, who I think were Irish, I believe. I could be wrong. Another Season of Mist band, anyway. But yeah, a kind of I think black metal, melodic black metal, bit doomy maybe. These are really cool. Trollheim's Grot, they're called. Really weird name. Bizarre Troll Technology. I can't remember. There was one song on there. Something about this CD that I remember really enjoying. I can't remember what it is now. But they were kind of like a quirky black metal kind of band. Maybe a little bit of industrial or kind of like electronic-y kind of stuff going on there. I still got a cold, by the way, so... Yeah, but this is really interesting. I can't remember what song it was off I really like now. Trollheim's Grot. I think it's called Against Humanity, it says there. What must it just say there? Something about Trolls Against Humanity, I can't remember now. Gorgoroth, if you like black metal, you probably know Gorgoroth. Antichrist. I nearly did a gig with Gorgoroth once. They was coming over to play at the Astoria, and the person who was putting them on wanted to give him a warm-up gig, so he was getting the Ruskin Arms. My band was on, because they wanted to use our drum kit, basically, and we were supposed to go on first. Then there was another band that they were supposed to... a Portuguese band, something Sin. Sacred Sin, I think it was. Gorgoroth got to the venue, took one look at it and fucked off home. They didn't want to have any part of it, basically. So my band Suffering and Sacred Sin played at the Ruskin. And then the next night at the Astoria, Gorgoroth and most of the other bands used our drum kit. So yeah, they used the promoter. I don't know if people from London might remember Mike from the Devil's Church when he put Gorgoroth. I think it was with. I think they were supporting Cradle of Filth. And they used our drum kit, basically. Right. Raise Hell, Holy Target, Cultus Sanguine, The Sum of All Fears, kind of gothic-y doom death, I believe. Right, now we're onto the actual CDs. Got a little double here of Suffocation, Effigy of the Forgotten, and Pierce from Within. I always showed off Pierce from Within the other day, so it looks like I've got it twice, you know. If you're going to have a band twice, then it might as well be Suffocation, I suppose. Children of Bodom, Finnish, I believe, melodic death metal. Oopsie daisy, just dropped one. Crusher, French napalm death sounding band. I just noticed there's more EPs. Oh, on both sides. There's more promos on both sides as well, so I'll get to them in a minute. Ebony Tears, can't remember where they were from. Melodic kind of death black, pretty good actually. I remember enjoying those. What's this? Legion, maybe? No, Luciferion. Should have remembered that. Yeah, they're another black death kind of band, pretty decent from what I recall. Right, then we have a Cult. Now, this is the black metal band from the Netherlands, I believe, because there was a French band called a Cult as well, but this is the Netherlands band. I actually bumped into, well, again, Mike from the Devil's Church, he put on all day at Dublin Castle. I think it was a 2-day event. It was like all day, 2 days, and I got in for nothing. I was sort of doing security kind of. I was basically letting people in the back door, so I was letting bands in the back door, and I remember I let a Cult in. That's the only story I've got a Cult. There was a female singer at one point, and she was really short, and I think the guitarist might have been a fella at the time, and he was really tall. I remember letting him in, and there was like a little woman and a tall bloke kind of thing. But anyway, that's a rather inconsequential and annoyingly boring story. I don't know why I bothered telling you it. Right, Flesh Crawl, Swedish, I think, I think they're Swedish. I can't remember now, but I think they're playing next year as well. Actually, I can't remember if I saw them back in the day. Right, Orphanage, I think I mentioned them. Was that in this package, or was that another package that I opened with Orphanage in? Anyway, good doom death band from the Netherlands. Right, Regurgitation, keeping it fucking sick. Let's cover that up. Memory Garden, Swedish doom metal band, doom heavy metal. Your guess is as good as mine. Eucharist, is it? Yeah, Eucharist, Mirror Worlds. I think they were like Slovakian or Croatian or something like that. Technical kind of melodic death. Dismember, of course. If you're not sure what kind of style they play, just have a look at the name of the album. Death metal. Yeah, that's the style they play. Right, here's Orphanage again. Saw them at Dynamo Festival. I think it was, is it 98? Was it Dynamo Festival? I think it was 98. Really cool band, really like them. I've got a long sleeve t-shirt of theirs which I wear quite a lot. Einherjar, Viking folk. I was trying to say folk or Viking and I ended up with Vulcan. No, they're Viking-y folk kind of blackish metal. Melakesh, they've played a few times. Are they from Egypt or something like that? I'm sure they're from somewhere you don't get many bands from. I think they might be Egyptian. I'm pretty sure I got this off of my old drummer. She had a distro for a while, and I saw her at I think it was a Bloodstock, and she had a stall. She was selling stuff, and I think I was buying, and she recommended these guys to me, so I did. Right, Thus Defiled. They're a UK black metal band, probably one of the best known UK black metal bands. I think this is their first release, Through the Impure Veil of Dawn. They come and played at our festival, my venue that I put gigs on a couple of times. They headlined one of our old dayers, actually. And they did fire breathing at the end, and they nearly caught fire to the ceiling. It actually caught, the ceiling caught for a couple of seconds, but luckily it went out. Yeah, because you don't want to burn down your venue, because it means the next week you won't be able to do any gig. Right, the last proper CD, Torturer. Released the Chilean guys. Oh, I can't remember now. Because, I think they're from Chile or Mexico or something like that. I remember the first time I had them, I could be confusing them actually. I think I may well be confusing them. The first time I had them, there was a split with them and... Who was the other band on that split? Misanthrope. I think it was Misanthrope or Misanthropy. I can't remember now. Chile, the Chilean band. Whoa, my memory, it works for once. Right, a few more promos that were stuffed in the sides. Let's have a look at these. Oppressor, as an American old school kind of death metal band. They've got one track on here called Gone, which is it's just like an earworm. Right? It's the only one of theirs that I can even remember, but it's just a really cool track. Check it out. Type in Oppressor, Gone, see if you can find that track and listen to it because it's cool. Right, Children of Bodom, Follow the Reaper. Really cool one as well. I think I'll give this a really high score on my fanzine. Like 10 out of 10 or something. I think it's called Dust, this release. I think it's called Dust, the release. The band are called Mourning Beloveth. They're a death doom metal band from Ireland. Exodus, another lesson in violence. And for some reason, for a long while, I thought this was recorded at at Dynamo Festival, the year that I saw them at Dynamo. I just don't know where I got that impression from, but I don't think it was. I think it was recorded in America somewhere. But I don't know, for a long, long time, I thought that I was there at the recording of this live thing, but I wasn't. I was dreaming. I was talking rubbish in my own head. Right, Deranged, really cool Swedish death metal band. Put these guys on once at my venue. I was really proud to do that because I was really into them at the time. They are a good band. I tend to buy their albums whenever they come out. One of the bands I sort of keep a track of, kind of thing, because I just like them. Golgotha, more doom death goodness. I think these are Spanish. Golgotha. Volition. I've not actually given this as many listens as I should have done, actually. I've got 2 of them. I sense another giveaway. It's live in 2005. Now, there was a band called Doomfist. I really liked back in the day. I interviewed them, I put all my compilations. I actually gave them a gig and actually stayed around my house for the weekend when I put them on one of my all dayers. And they were good lads up from Cumbria kind of way. And the singer went on to this band, Volition. Not actually spoken to them for ages, but they were cool. They were good. Doomfist were a really good band. I dare say I'll cover them at some point in my my demo tape Tuesdays that I do. Right, another one I got 2 of, and this one I can't tell you nothing about. The Scar She Made Outside the Frame. Perhaps you can tell me about this band. I don't remember even getting these CDs or listening to them. Anyway, and finally, Fido Free. Now, this was a side project, I think, of Serenade from Scotland. I think it was, and kind of fun, kind of stonery doom. I could be mistaken if it was, but anyway, that's it. That's the last one in that box. Yeah, cheers for watching. Don't forget to listen to my podcast, High Speed Hangover Podcast, every Sunday. But you can listen to them anytime, actually. They're all up on my blog for you to check out whenever you like. Cheers for watching. Bye.